Hi, fellow nerds. Welcome to the first video at the small but mighty comic room. This is Chonko Comics and Nerd Culture. First, to start off, I am not Chonko. Chonko's my dog. I decided it would be a good name for the channel and make for a good mascot. If you see the picture associated with the site or the page, that's my dog, Chonko. He's an English bulldog. He's a puppy right now. He's hilariously funny. I'm sure he's going to make appearances in future videos. I also am fully aware that I'm a big baldy beardy guy, and the moniker is going to stick to me, and people are going to know me as Chonko at some point. And if I continue to do this is the very first video. Ad-libbing a little bit. I have a little bit of a script. I've watched some other YouTube videos of people who first start out, and they assure me that the first video is going to suck, and I'm fully confident that this video is going to suck. But the only way to do it is to do it. It's the beginning of 2025, and I decided I wanted to do a YouTube page and kind of get my thoughts out there, mostly associated with comics. Gonna do some unboxings, some comic history, some just general comic nerd culture type stuff. Hopefully, some discussions with other comic book or nerd YouTube creators, maybe even some comic creators. That would be really cool. Just a little bit about me. My name's Mike. I been into comic books since I was 3 years old. The very first comic book I ever had was the Incredible Hulk Treasury Edition. I remember having it. I remember my elderly great aunt reading it to me. And I remember it motivating me to learn how to read, which has been a lifelong hobby. I like to read all sorts of books, but specifically comic books, always have. I in the 80s, I collected X-Men all the way through the Claremont run. I lived in very rural Indiana, and I used to go to the local drugstore every, well, when I had my allowance, and I would usually buy two comic books. I would buy a monthly. I would buy the X-Men, and I usually had enough to buy a second one. And usually, I would get whatever had the most characters. So I would usually get like Avengers or Defenders or Marvel Team Up, Marvel 2-in-1, just because I like to see new characters and kind of see, learn about the other different powers of things that weren't just the ones that I knew. Of course, Spider-Man and X-Men and Superman and these types of things. Collected through the 80s, and then in my teenage years, used to collect and work at a comic book shop where I would just go and help out, and they would the guy would pay me in comic books, and did that through the entire McFarlane run of Spider-Man. I still have my Spider-Man 300 that I bought as a teenager from that comic book shop. It's just in Mylar, just over here. I'll show it at some point. Yeah, I stopped collecting. I joined the military for a while, and been around the world and things. And I kept some of my comics, some of the special ones, sold a lot of them. And over the past little while, I've been reacquiring and got into some comics that I wasn't into when I was younger. I would say right now I'm mostly into Golden Age, a lot of pre-code horror. Also, I like Captain Marvel Jr. I collect from Golden Age. Also, I like specific artists, and I like to send things off and get them signed. Signed from specific artists I like. I mean, historically, my going back, I was always a big Frank Miller fan growing up. I've always been a Frazetta fan, but everybody's a Frazetta fan. Bernie Wrightson and Neil Adams, of course. John Romita Jr., and McFarland, of course. But also Tim Vigil. I've got a bunch of Tim Vigil stuff. I could see over here some kind of original Tim Vigil stuff. I know Tim Vigil's a little more obscure. Also Mike Plug, who might be a little more obscure too, but some of that Marvel horror stuff. Did some Swamp Thing, and I think he did Ghost Rider, and some of those. And I was always, growing up, always into monsters, always into like monster movies and that kind of stuff. I wasn't as into like slasher type stuff, but I was always into like, more traditional type horror, which is kind of why I like a lot of the Bronze Age horror and then Golden Age horror, just because it's so absurdly, like, hilariously over the top for the age, and really precious. There's not that many of it. You can see kind of behind me, some of the. It's going to take me getting used to. I'm going to point the wrong way the entire time, but some of the cooler stuff I have, like there's a CSS 22 and Witch's Tales 25, and you see some other stuff. This I think it's the second series of Eerie #1, and yeah, you see some. But yeah, this is a bit off the cuff, like I said, with a bit of a other script. So more recent stuff that I'm into. Nick Zerdy, love Gabriel Dell'Otto, David Nakayama, Hughes, and J. Scott Campbell, and those types of artists. And that's mostly what I've been collecting from an artist standpoint, rather than other than the Golden Age horror and stuff like that. Additionally, some of the things that I'm currently reading, I'm reading the Absolutes, the Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman. I think Absolute Wonder Woman is the best out of the three, which was strange to me. I also I some more recent things that I've really liked is like a Nice House on the Lake. I know that's not totally new, but it was new to me. I just read it this last year, and Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, I thought was fantastic. I know it's 2023 series, but I really like it. I've also been back reading the entire Dave Sim Cerebus run. I have all of the trade paperbacks, or above me here. That's why I'm looking, or we call them phone books, because they're about a phone book size. Also the Alan Moore run on Swamp Thing, currently reading. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this specific video. If I'm going to say this thing: like, comment, subscribe. If you see this, if you come across it, I know, but it's like a thing. You have to say it, because I guess that's how YouTube works. I think I have another video that I'm going to make right away. I have some new comics that I just acquired, some picked up, some from eBay. And I think along with that, I'm going to go over kind of a pet peeve of receiving comics in the mail, and how it can be done, and done well, and how it can be done subpar. So yeah, that's it for now. First video, and that one's in the can. Yeah, if you come across this, please like and leave a comment, so I know I'm not just talking out into the void. So anyway, Happy New Year, happy 2025.